Okay, so here's how you create a graph using Microsoft Excel. First thing that you have to do is you have to have your data table. So you've got all your information typed in here. You don't need this top row. I always like having it. All right, next you highlight all of your information. You're going to come up to the Insert tab. Right, then you could come over to where it says Charts, and these are all of the different charts that are really available to you. Right, here is your line graph, and then notice it opens up kind of a drop down, and it even tells you a little bit of each of the different ones that you can use. All right, we're going to use a regular line like this. So now we have our chart. We're not finished though, because the information is not in order. So what we have to do, we're going to come over here to select data. All right. The left side over here, these are your legend entries, meaning the series. So this is going to be your oil, your natural gas, your coal, your nuclear, right, and your hydro and wood, not the year. So you don't want year. All right. In fact, we're going to just remove it. All right. Then we're going to come over here, right, and we're going to click Edit. And the axis label is going to be the data of what you want that x-axis or the horizontal axis to be. Okay, so now you have all of your years down there. You click OK. Now your chart has all of your years. You have your information on the side over here. You have all of your different types of materials, and you have a chart title. Now, I like having the chart in a completely separate page from the data. So I'm going to come up here to Move Chart, click on that. You'll get this. You could create it as an object inside, which is what we have, or we can move it to a new sheet, and I'm going to call it the graph. Click OK. Notice down here, you now have your own graph. But now we still need to make sure that this is an acceptable graph. So what you can do is you come up here, right, and you can use all of the different types of charts, and there are many different ones for the lines that kind of stand out. This one, right, you have lots of different choices. They all pretty much show you the same thing. Okay, so I'll try one that's a little different. I'm going to choose this one, style 13, but now we have to customize it and make sure it fits our data. All right, we have the years on the bottom, but we don't know that they're years. So you have to add a chart element. You're going to come down here to axis title. You want your primary horizontal. Now you're going to come up here and type in year. Now down here on the bottom, your years actually have an axis title. Now we need the axis title for the side over here. So again, add chart element, axis title, primary vertical, come over here, right? And this is going to be quads of energy use. Okay, we need a chart title, so that's up here. You can click on it, right? And I'm going to come up and click up here, and this is going to be for our graph, history of energy consumption in the US. Now you have your chart title. Right? Now, all of this is perfectly acceptable. For me, though, I don't like my series information on the bottom. I kind of like it on the side. So to customize it, I'm going to come over here. That's the legend. So I'm now going to move it over to the right. But you can also have none. I don't recommend doing that. You could put it on top. You could put it on the left. I tend to like it on the bottom, but that's how you customize your chart. Okay. Now, just to show you, I've done this a couple times already. Here's another one. Okay. And here's another example. So again, sheet, that's your data, right? And you can label it. That's your data. Right? And then you've got your graph, and the graph can be copy and pasted because this is Microsoft, can be copy and pasted into Word, PowerPoint, or any of the others. But now you've got a nice graph, and you can see your information. You can even get a little bit more specific, right? When you are looking at your graph, right? You come over to chart design, right? And you can add any of these other things. Like you'd add data labels if you want the numbers on the graph itself, right? You can add the data table to it. Again, I don't recommend that. Don't use the error bars, but grid lines. You can even add more if you wanted. You can see them kind of pop up and go away, right? So all of those different things. You can even add a trend line if you're looking for like patterns of one or trends of one particular type of graph. Okay, so that's how you create a graph using Microsoft Excel.